Hi everyone and welcome to your Pilates class. Today we are going through the classical beginner series. So lie down on your mat. We start with the 100. Bend your knees in towards your chest. Inhale to lift your head and chest up, float your arms by your hips and extend your legs long on a 45-degree angle. You pump your arms vigorously. Big deep inhale for 5 pumps. 4, 3, 2, 1 and exhale for 5 pumps. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. If you need to, you can bend your legs back into tabletop for a modified version. Otherwise, really stretch those legs long, squeeze them together, and keep pumping the arms vigorously from the shoulders. Stretch your fingertips long and reach the crown of your head back behind you. You're doing so well. See if you can curl up a little bit higher and get those shoulder blades just off the mat. Good. Last exhale, bend the knees back into tabletop and lower your head and chest back down. Well done. Now you can either roll up or rock up to seated. Take the arms behind your head. Inhale, lift the chest, roll all the way up. And now let's prepare for our half roll back. Bend your knees and take your hands behind your thighs. Round the crown of your head forwards towards your knees and start to create a C shape in your spine. Keep those collarbones and elbows nice and wide. From here, start to tuck your tailbone, tuck your pelvis under as you round back until your arms are straight. And now lift from the abdominals all the way back up into that rounded position. Keep going. You keep your feet pressing into the mat. You really tuck the tailbone under. Good. As you lift up, pull your waist away from your thighs and maybe start to lighten a little through your hands because we really want to be leading with the abdominals here, picking up from our waist and lengthening through our lower spine, getting a little bit more lift there. You've just got 2 more, doing really well. Try and focus on the articulation of that spine and the strengthening of your abdominals. You exhale to round over, and it's an inhale at the top to stay. Great. From here, we'll do our full roll up. So stretch your legs long, extend your arms long, and tuck your tailbone under and lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Hands stay up towards the sky, so wrists in line with shoulders. You inhale to lift your chest and exhale to round up and over, reaching for your toes. Those ankles are hard flexed back towards you. Exhale, round down 1 vertebrae at a time. Awesome. Full control here. We want to focus here on squeezing our legs together and keeping them firmly pressed into the mat. It's a bit of a challenge, but you really want to try and keep them pressing down as you roll back. And those ankles stay hard flexed back towards you. Great job, guys. Keep going. Keep reaching the fingertips forward as you roll up and pulling your waist back away from your feet as you roll down. You've just got 2 more to go. On this next one, we'll roll up and get a beautiful hamstring stretch by reaching our fingertips long and plugging our sit bones down. Round the crown of your head forwards. Nice. Now roll back down onto the mat and we'll move into our single leg circles. So place your arms by your sides, take your right foot up towards the ceiling, point your toe, and ground your left leg into the mat and hard flex your left ankle. From here, cross your right foot over your body, down, around, and up. Again, cross the foot over, down, around, and up. Keep going and focus on the stability of your hips here. Your pelvis stays completely still. Just 1 more and then we reverse the circle. Other direction now. Great job, guys. Remember, this is an abdominal movement, so you're drawing your abs up and in and seeing if you can get maybe a little bit more range with that circle without the hips lifting. 1 last one here. And then we'll switch. Place that leg down, take your left leg up to the ceiling, point that toe and cross it over towards your right foot. down, around, and up. Keep going. See if you can ground your tailbone down into the mat while you reach that big toe up to the ceiling. Sometimes it helps to put your hands on your hips to make sure they're not dancing around. Last one here, and now we will reverse that circle. Lovely guys, maybe getting a little bit more range now. Really pressing the sitting bones down, the tailbone down, and your arms down into the mat as well. Last one here, then you'll bend that knee in, place it back down on the mat, and let's roll up to seated. Arms above your head, inhale to lift the chest, exhale to roll up and over with control, reach for your toes. Now scoot yourself forwards for rolling like a ball. Place your hands on top of your ankles, squeeze your heels together and lift your feet. Round the crown of your head forwards so your ears are between your knees. Inhale and roll backwards onto your shoulder tips. Exhale to come forwards. Keep going. You're really trying to lift your hips up above your shoulders and using your core muscles to balance at the top. Elbows stay wide, collarbones stay wide. Just have some fun here, guys. No one's watching. Balance at the top, hold there, pull your waist back, and then lower your feet down. Awesome job. From here, let's take one roll down to the mat for our single leg stretch. With control, tuck that tailbone under and come down to your mat. Bend your knees in towards your chest, take your right hand to your right ankle and left hand to the inside of your right knee. Lift your head and chest and extend your opposite leg long, toe pointed. Pull your knee in towards your forehead, 1, 2, and then exhale, switch. Pull, 1, 2. Keep going, pressing your hands down onto your shin and your shin up into your hands to create that feeling of opposition. Tailbone stays heavy, torso completely still. It's just your legs moving from your hip joint. Last one here. Now take a little break, lowering your head and chest back down to the mat before we move into double leg stretch. Curl your head and chest up now, extend your arms and legs long, so legs in front and arms behind. Inhale as you extend, exhale to bring your knees in towards your chest. Keep going, you inhale, lengthen everything long, exhale, pull your knees in. Still keeping that torso completely still, hips grounded down, and legs squeezing together. Keep going, you're doing so well. As you extend your arms back, try and keep your shoulders down, and you're pulling your abdominals in and up. Well done. Lengthen your legs long now, take your arms up above your head, inhale, lift your chest, exhale, round up and forwards for our spine stretch forward. Take your hands by your hips, shuffle back if you need, and separate your legs to the width of the mat. Take your arms in front of you, parallel to the floor. Inhale, sit tall, and then exhale, reach forward for your toes. Exhale, round back up. Keep going. Your ankles are hard flexed, so your toes point up towards the ceiling. And as you round forwards, you're thinking about pulling your waist back away from your heels. At the same time, press your heels forward and away from you to create that beautiful hamstring stretch. Your shoulders stay down and away from your ears, and each time try and get your head a little bit further between your knees. Really reach those fingertips long. Doing so well. And release. Whew, you should be feeling that in your arms now as well. From here, flip over onto your stomach, coming down to the mat. Place one hand on top of the other and rest your forehead on your hands. Anchor your pelvis into the mat, press your legs together and pull your abdominals in and up so they stay lifted. From here, lift your arms and chest up, keeping your head connected to your hands. Hold for a moment, and then with control, lower yourself back down. Keep going. Your feet stay pressing down. You're thinking about creating length through your torso and chest as you lift up. So it's as much about length as it is about the lift. This is the first time we're creating extension in our back today, so really enjoy it and think about squeezing your sit bones together to support that lower back. On this next one, hold up and start to pulse, keeping the elbows wide, abdominals pull in just for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, lower down. Place your hands by your chest, tuck your toes, and pull back into a child's pose. Well done. From here, come onto your right hip and line your body up with the back of the mat. Your legs are stacked one on top of the other and your head rests in your right hand. Left hand is in front of your chest. Pick both legs up and bring them to the front edge of your mat, so you're in a beautiful L-shaped position. From here, lift your top leg up to hip height and just hold for a moment. Create length through the underside of your waist, and now flex your ankle, kick forward, 1, 2, and then point your toe to kick back, 1, 2. Keep going. Really focusing on keeping your pelvis still as that leg moves in space. So as much as you're using your outer glute, you're really working your core as well. Press your bottom leg down and make sure that your hips are stacked as you continue to move that leg. Last one here. Take your top leg on top of your bottom leg and with control, lower it down. You know the drill, we'll move to the other side. So switch yourself over, come down onto your left hip now, line your body up with the back of the mat and pick those legs up, bringing them to the front corner of the mat. Lift your top leg up, make sure you're pulling your waist in, and then kick your leg forwards, 1, 2. That ankle is hard flexed. Point the toe to go back, kicking 1, 2. Really nice job. Lengthen through the crown of your head and out through your tailbone. Keeping your pelvis neutral, your tailbone pressed towards the back of the mat so it's not tucking forwards. Just notice what's happening with your shoulders as well. We want to keep them square and stacked one on top of the other. Just a few more to go. Stay with me. Last one here. Bring your top leg on top of your bottom leg and with control, lower back down. Awesome job. Roll onto your back now and let's take a little stretch because you are all done. Hug your knees in towards your chest and let's rock up to a seated position, cross your legs and give yourself a little round of applause. See you in the next class.